We're getting ready for UFC 100, and we've got one of the big stars on the card. I thought there was only 6 guys on this. Oh, pretty cool. Very lifelike, too. This is unreal. Will he move? Will he flinch? Actually, it's Tom Lawlor. It really is him. I was expecting Bisping. I was expecting Bisping to come off the screen or off the banner.
How's it going, guys?
Are you jealous?
Good to see you. Yeah, actually, I am a little bit jealous. That's all. Yeah, 100% jealous. Yeah. Especially of Frank Mir. He looks finely groomed in this picture, whereas I am not.
Well, you know what? I want to get into the beard a little bit. Not literally get into the beard, because we've had a lot of innuendo before the shot here. It's lacking this time. How come it's not? It was freaking massive last time, and Rogan was all over it. It was really a calling card.
It was beautiful. This time I was going to go for the, I'll say, 14-year-old redneck prepubescent mustache, where you can't really tell does he have a mustache, does he not have a mustache. So I still think I may cut this, but my odds of getting any girls after the fight are going to be slim to none if I have that mustache. So I might stick with the full beard. I might stick with the mustache. My hair itself is
you got the frosted lettuce working a little bit.
It's frosted in the front.
Yes.
It's frosted and party in the back. And the top is a little bit shorter. I look very much like a prototypical WNBA basketball player would.
All right.
I'm going to come back.
Very lesbian-esque,
okay.
My haircut.
So that was the look for that Tom Lawlor was going for, his WNBA player.
Yes.
Very good. Well, first of all, you're too short and you're too skinny. You're not thick enough.
That is true. And I don't have enough testosterone running through my veins. It's pretty rough.
Nice. Well, I think you've gotten the goober thing. I like it. It's a good look. The beard isn't puffy, but it works. It works.
It does what it has to.
Well, as long as you win, because one of our buddies, Dave Kaplan, we like the look, we like the creativity, we like the ring entrance. He's got a mullet now, but I told him the other day, 0-2 doesn't really get it done.
Yeah, no. I would go ahead and say he's 0-3. I would count his loss to me in the bathroom in the Ultimate Fighter house as a legitimate loss. He was hitting me. So, I mean, that's the start of a fight, sure, whether you count it or not. So, yeah, I'd say he's 0-3. That's really not getting it done by any means. I am kind of upset because I started growing my hair out a little bit before I got it cut. Mm-hmm. Then I see him come out in his fight against George Roop, and he's got virtually almost the same haircut that I had. That's another reason why I think I'm going to cut the beard, because he had a beard as well. He didn't fare too well with it.
But you're not going to do anything like he did in terms of ring entrance? That's not your calling card?
No, I will have some sort of ring entrance that will be tremendous, amazing, and scintillate the entire audience. However, it won't be Dave Kaplan-esque.
No 80s music?
No, I'm not. I wasn't barely born in the 80s. I was born, 83, so I wasn't growing up in the 80s. I should say I was definitely born in the 80s, but I wasn't growing up during that time period. I'm more of I'd say like a new age, right, or a jazz kind of guy, maybe like Yanni. Or
if you come into Yanni, are you serious? Is Yanni actually a candidate?
No. My entrance music has already been gone ahead and put out, and I think it's mid-90s. Definitely something no one else has entered to here in the UFC. And it's
did they fight you on it? Because we know Dana White's a micromanager and wants a certain feel.
I haven't heard anything otherwise. If the music's not played when I go out, I'll be a little bit, I'll be distraught. But I could definitely see why he might not play the music.
Really?
It's not it's off the wall, but it's not so outlandish. It fits in with the fight. It fits in with the theme of the fight. I mean, CB Dollaway is known as the Doberman. That's his nickname. My song is kind of a play off of that.
So you had a little background in professional wrestling. Mm-hmm. Small one, yeah. What do you think of Lesnar in general walking, into UFC, and he is bringing kind of a wrestling element to it. Mm-hmm. You get a lot of the purists and the people on the internet. I don't know why you'd complain about it. I think it's cool. I think it adds flavor to the whole thing. But what's your reaction? Is there a line where the integrity's lost, or you're kind of screwing the sport somehow?
No, I think I actually think he's good for the sport. There is a fine line between sports and sports entertainment and professional wrestling. But at the heart of it, really, this entire thing is, if you look at it, it's an entertainment business. The NBA is an entertainment business. The Major League Baseball, all these things are based off of entertainment. If they're not entertaining, people aren't going to watch them. Now, those sports have been around for a little bit longer, so it's more ingrained to the public. But, UFC's on its way to being there. So does it take away from the legitimacy? No. The people that are purists and complaining about Lesnar, being at the top of the sport right now, they're just looking for something to complain about.
Right. The Countdown show last night, I got a text today. We do a radio show locally, and I got a text saying, "Oh, the Countdown show was pure WWE." Mm-hmm. And what's the problem? It's because Mir and Lesnar were trash talking. Why? How is that a bad thing?
Well, they say it's pure WWE, but I mean, were they showing UFC fights? I mean, the action's real. Right. Some of the people, they do different things to hype up the fights. Whether or not there's bad blood between them, I don't really know. But at the heart of it, you have to get ready for a fight. Whether you're going to sit there and trash talk somebody in order to get yourself hyped up for it, then so be it.
So what do you think of Dollaway in general as a fighter and a personality?
I don't know the guy.
I'll tell you what, he's a guy on the internet. I don't know what he did to people. People freaking hate that guy.
People absolutely hate him. I have never got this much overwhelming support from fans that I do not know, that don't know him, that I will never meet. People that hate me must hate him even more because I'm getting a lot of support for this fight. Personally, I don't know him. I'm just mad at the fact that he basically stole my Halloween costume last year. So I'm kind of upset about it.
Fill me in. Fill us in.
When I was in the Ultimate Fighter 8 house, I talked to Ryan Bader. We were having a conversation about past Halloween costumes, and the subject of body paint came up, which for the past few years I've been doing body painted different characters. He decided, he was telling me his characters. I said, oh, last year I went ahead and I was a Care Bear, full body paint, right. Everything, great costume. So he goes, oh, yeah, oh, that sounds a good idea. Maybe we'll do that, or, something to that effect. Come to find out, 6 months later, or however long it was, I look on the internet, there's pictures of Bader, there's pictures of CB, they're in Care Bear costumes. And, they say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Not in this case. If you're gonna imitate somebody, you got to try to do it better than they did. Mm-hmm. I kind of take it as, it was kind of insulting almost. I wore that costume with pride. I started what I would call a legacy with it. If it had been carried out the next year right. with the same fervor and had looked as good, I would be all for it. I may have even turned down the fight with Dollaway if I'd been really impressed with his Halloween costume as a Care Bear. But in the end, I'm not. I'm actually really upset about it.
All right. So with all the heat, why didn't you get in the Countdown show? Why are you not on the posters? I mean, that would have been a great pitch, the battle over the Care Bears.
I think that most of that basically comes down to copyright infringement. Obviously, myself and CB, despite the fact we're on the undercard, are probably the biggest draw here in Las Vegas. Neither one of us are. You've got guys here that are somewhat. Frank Mir's local. You've got guys that have been training out here. Bisping's been training out here. You have guys that are here all the time. Okay, CB's had 3 fights in the UFC. I've had 1 at this point. The people of Las Vegas don't get a chance to see us as often as some of these other stars. So really, the people at home are going to see one thing. The live audience, definitely 100%, is coming because of me and CB.
With Dollaway, style-wise,
yeah,
how do you fight him? Because you're a wrestler. Obviously, you're going to want to get it to the ground. I know you have striking. He's dangerous with submissions. So what do you do? Yeah,
a lot of people have been saying that they've seen a little bit of my training. A lot of the guys in Florida that I've been training with say that my hands look better than ever. That may be the case, but they're still bad. My submissions are probably better than ever, but they're still mediocre at best. My wrestling has gotten progressively worse since I started doing MMA because I'm not competitively wrestling anymore. So really, I'm going to go out there. I'm probably just going to close my eyes, swing, hope for the best. It takes a lot of the thinking out of it. A lot of this game, a lot of mixed martial arts is mental. And if a lot of people go in there and they psych themselves out, what am I going to do? What am I going to do in this position? If you don't let yourself get in that position at all by just going out there and either closing your eyes and swinging and knocking the guy out, or you yourself getting knocked out, then you don't have to think about it. The mental game is out the window. You're in 100% control of it.